Sometimes I sit and think about how strange it is that anything exists at all, not in a dramatic way. Just quietly, there is something rather than nothing. And somehow, that something is aware. We're inside it. And we're also aware of being inside it. That alone is strange. One idea that's become popular in recent years is that this universe might be a simulation. Not in a sci-fi, flashy way. Just technically. The philosopher Nick Bostrom proposed that if advanced civilizations can create detailed simulations of reality, then statistically, simulated realities would vastly outnumber base realities. If that's true, then it may be more likely that we're inside one of those simulations rather than the original layer. It's not necessarily a dystopian idea. It could simply mean that what we call physics is code. The speed of light could be a processing limit. Quantum uncertainty could be rendering. Space-time could be an interface. And if that were the case, the natural question wouldn't be, is this fake? It would be, who or what is observing it from outside? Or maybe nothing is. Maybe the simulation runs itself. Another possibility is quieter, but in some ways even more unsettling. The idea that there isn't just one universe. That reality branches constantly. In some interpretations of quantum mechanics, every possible outcome of every event actually happens, just in different timelines. Somewhere, every version of you exists. The one who made different choices. The one who never left. The one who did. Instead of a single solid story, reality might be more like a vast tree of probabilities unfolding in every direction, and we're simply following one branch. There's also a much older idea, that the universe isn't a thing, it's a being. Certain ancient philosophies describe ultimate reality as a single, unified consciousness, sometimes called Brahman, and suggest that individual minds are not separate entities, but localized expressions of that one awareness. In that view, you are not a person inside a universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself from a particular point. Separation would be more like an appearance than a fact, like waves thinking they are separate from the ocean. It's a gentle idea. It removes loneliness in a strange way. Because if everything is one awareness, then every interaction is the universe meeting itself. There's another thought that surfaces sometimes, especially late at night. What if this is a dream? Not metaphorically, literally. Every night, your mind creates worlds that feel completely real while you're inside them. You rarely question them. You move through them as if they're solid. Only when you wake up do you realize how fluid they were. From within a dream, you cannot prove you are dreaming. So how can we be entirely sure this isn't another layer of that same phenomenon? Some traditions describe reality as Maya, not meaning it doesn't exist, but that its solidity is not ultimate. It's real, but not in the way we think. Maybe waking up isn't something that happens in the morning. Maybe it's something else entirely. There's also the idea that life is structured like a game. Not trivial, not childish, structured. There are rules, physics, constraints, time, mortality, objectives, growth, learning, relationship. Obstacles, uncertainty, loss, limitation. In games, constraints are what make experience meaningful. Without difficulty, there's no engagement. Without risk, no depth. If reality were something like that, then perhaps suffering isn't punishment. Maybe it's part of the design, not necessarily designed by someone outside, possibly designed by consciousness itself, choosing limitation in order to experience something specific. Religious traditions, of course, offer their own interpretations. In Christianity, Islam, Judaism, reality is created intentionally by a singular God. In Hindu cosmology, universes arise and dissolve in endless cycles. In Buddhism, reality is deeply interconnected and empty of permanent essence. Different languages, different symbols, but often circling the same intuition. That existence is not random noise, that there is depth behind appearance, that this moment is not accidental. And then there are the more unusual ideas, that our universe could be the interior of a black hole in a larger cosmos, That time isn't actually moving forward, but that all moments exist simultaneously and we're simply moving through them like a spotlight. That reality is holographic, projected from information encoded on a distant boundary. That consciousness doesn't emerge from matter, but matter emerges from consciousness. Each of these ideas sounds strange at first, but so did the idea that the Earth moves around the Sun. The deeper physics goes, the less solid things seem. Particles behave like waves. Objects are mostly empty space. Time bends. Certainty becomes harder to hold. Maybe the most honest position is simply this: we don't know. And that's not a failure. It's an opening. Whatever this is, simulation, dream, multiverse, divine creation, cosmic mind, it has produced something remarkable. Awareness. The fact that the universe, whatever it is, has arranged itself in such a way that it can look back at itself and ask, what am I? That might be the strangest part of all. Not which theory is correct, but that the question can even be asked. And maybe that's enough. Not a final answer, just a quiet appreciation of the mystery. Something is happening. And somehow, we're here to notice it.